First up, though, today, when you hear the phrase against the odds, think of this statistic. Less than 2% of foster children in Wisconsin complete college. That's not even 2 out of every 100.
Scary number. But one teenager was not going to let her situation keep her from getting a higher education. Brigette Haley just earned her master's degree in business and is gainfully employed. Brigette joins us now along with Vanessa Shaw to promote a special event that benefits Kids Matter. Welcome to the Morning Blend, ladies.
So nice to have you on the show. May is actually National Foster Care Month, which is really, so this is a perfect time for us to be talking about it.
Exactly, and that's why we decided to have the event in May.
That's fantastic. A few words about your experience, Brigette, in foster care. Talk a little bit about it.
I actually was fortunate enough to have a really great experience. My foster mom was so supportive. She's actually the one who pushed me to go into college. I mean, graduating high school, I had a 2.1 GPA, which is not something that I'm very proud of, but UW-Milwaukee took a chance on me. And my foster mom really pushed me to do my best and to just strive, even though, you know, beat the odds, you can do this. And my brother had a completely different experience, and so that is kind of what has driven me to do this event, is to make sure that all these kids get the same experience I had.
And you didn't actually even enter foster care until you were 15, right? I mean, that's a lot later than most kids. I would think as a teenager, it's a really difficult time to be in the foster care system and meeting new people and having new people who are kind of raising you.
It was, and actually for me, I was fortunate enough to have a friend's mom become a foster parent for me, so that could also be why my experience was so great, but I really think that all these other kids out there that are in foster care need the same experience.
And how about you, Vanessa? How did you get involved with Kids Matter?
Well, Bridgette's one of my best friends, and I'm also a social worker. So her being a foster child and me being a social worker, we had a lot to talk about on the issue. We would always talk, I would see a lot of things that were negative, and we want more positive, so we kind of came together in this Fostering Hope.
I think there's a really important point that you make in the information that you gave us, because you've worked with kids who've had broken bones, have gone to the emergency room with injuries, Vanessa, which is so sad. And I think a lot of people think that foster care is to keep kids safe, and it certainly is. It's to remove them from harm, but that's not where it starts and ends. That's just kind of the first step, is getting them out of harm's way, right?
Yeah, it's, you know, to get them out of harm's way, but also foster homes are great for, you know, having somebody in your corner and having that support and setting boundaries, and saying, I'm still going to be here, but, you know, these are my boundaries. And just having that support is important. It's not just being safe.
And someone to kind of push you, like in your case, Brigette, going to college. You know, something that maybe you wouldn't have considered otherwise. Or
and
maybe
doing your master's.
Yeah, which is incredible. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Just finished, so it's so exciting.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, how about this event? Because you have this event called Fostering Hope that's coming up. Tell us a little bit about what it is and how people can get involved.
Well, the event, we started it really to kind of raise awareness about foster care, and just like the stats you guys saw, I mean, it's so shocking, and I really feel like that was not something I knew even when I came to Kids Matter. And so to raise awareness, let people know that they can become volunteers with Kids Matter, or if you don't have the time or the money, come join us on Thursday night, you know, have a Pabst beer for $2 and know that it's ultimately going towards a great cause.
What if people aren't, because this event, like you mentioned, is this Thursday, what if people want to help, you know, maybe it's in their heart to do something, but they're not able to attend this event?
Well, we actually have on kidsmatterinc.org, they have a list of 10 different ways you can help, from if you have 5 minutes to if you have a lifetime, which I think is wonderful. I love reading through it and telling people about it. And then also we this year are allowing people to buy raffle tickets ahead of time, which you can go online and make a donation, put in the message box, this is for the raffle, and we'll enter you in for you. So you don't have to be present to win this year.
And where do a lot of those funds go that you'll raise through the fundraiser as well as online?
It will all go to Kids Matter Inc. And it'll go to train volunteers that work with our teens, work with our kids. And another thing that I really love that they do is Fostering Hope bags. And that is a bag that they give to kids kind of in between getting placed. And it's filled with, you know, necessities, toiletries, books, you know, fun things that they have that is something they can call their own, which, You don't have that when you're transition. Even I didn't. And I think that's so significant to have something that you can really hold close to your heart that somebody gave you and it's yours.
Yeah, something that's yours, because obviously if you're going somewhere, everything is unfamiliar to you. So it's nice to have something that truly belongs to you. I think it's interesting that you mentioned on the website that there are things you can do whether you have 5 minutes or you have a lifetime. Obviously, if you're able to become a foster parent, that's a lifetime commitment. But what are some smaller things that they have on the site or other suggestions that people can do, that ways that are really truly meaningful and helpful?
Well, you could join the email, go out to Kids Matter Inc. and sign up and receive information, just learning about it and broadening your awareness for that. Put together Fostering Hope bags if you have an afternoon. Donate, toiletries. That helps too.
We've actually had, this is so cute, kids that have had their birthday parties and the gifts that they have their friends bring are Fostering Hope bags, which I think is so great. I mean, that's something that they can do and they're 5 and 6 years old and that they want to do.
Yeah, and to have that giving spirit is so neat.
And even take time to talk to, if you have an hour, talk to a foster child and really get to know their situation and advocating for them. If you have a lot of time to volunteer, be a CASA, which is a court-appointed
special advocate.
And that's great. A lot of times in the court system, you need that special advocate to advocate for the child.
Yeah, because kids get lost. We're going to give the information for this, and kids fall through the cracks, I know, and that's a problem in the foster care system. This event is called Fostering Hope, and it's happening this Thursday. Again, it's the 26th. It's happening from 7 to 10 p.m., and the location for this event is the Nomad World Pub, and you can find that on Brady Street in Milwaukee. For more information about the organization Kids Matter Inc., you can call 414-344-1220 or go to kidsmatterinc.org. Nice to have you both.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on your master's. That's great. Nice to meet you both.